Hey guys, and welcome to a brand new Let's Play of War for the Overworld. This is an indie strategy game developed and published by Bright Rock and Subterranean Games. Release date was April 2nd of 2015, and it currently sells on Steam for $29.99. However, if you buy it as the date of this video is made, it is going for $11.99. That's 60% off of the going price. So Steam will have sales from time to time, and some of them are really, really good. Now, for those of you who are not familiar with what type of game this is going to be, think of Dungeon Keepers. A lot of people say this is like a continuation of that style of gameplay. It is a top-down God view mode of a dungeon that you get to build, more of an evil version rather than the good version. So you're going to have little demons that you get to train up, and usually the training will involve some sort of torture. Definitely very interesting to sit there and watch them. You get to build the rooms, you get to mine in the walls and kind of create your own little area. You set traps up. It's really, really cool as far as what Dungeon Keepers allowed you to do. And this one is supposed to make better graphics and give you better stuff to work with. So if they do what they are supposed to, I think this is going to be an amazing game to play. It does have mixed reviews online, so we'll just have to wait and see how that works out. One of the things I loved about the original was that they gave you the difficultness by not giving you as much gold as you may want to do everything. So you kind of had to pick and choose what you were able to do every single time you went into a map. You couldn't just build to your heart's content, which, you know, some people didn't like, but I definitely like that aspect. So without any further ado, guys, let's get into the campaign. Now, this is going to be a blind let's play of the game. Won't let me click on the orange. Okay, so we do...
I've been looking for someone to spearhead my campaign. But before we get stuck in, let's refresh that old mind of yours.
All right, so it looks like maybe we have to go through the tutorial before we're allowed to go into the actual main mission. Learn how to command your powers as an Underlord.
Now go!
Welcome back, Underlord. I must say, I wasn't expecting you quite so soon. The transference may have left you feeling a bit foggy in the head. Focus now. I'll try to ease you back into it. Fortunately, this does seem to get easier each time. This is your home realm, the source of your power, and the anchor that binds you to reality. Many years ago, it was destroyed, and you were cast out into formless nothing. Fortunately, you've returned from your exile to once again challenge those who would stand between us and the mortal realm of Kairos. Your resurrection heralds the next phase of our assault upon its wretched empire, now led by the newly crowned Emperor Lucius. But he is least and final of our worries. It's his generals and the protection of their goddess Kira that will truly test our mettle. Ready yourself, Underlord. Let's begin our war for the Overworld.
All right, good video, man. Kind of gets you in the mood to destroy some of these guys, even though they're like technically the good guys. They're standing in our way, and it seems like we have a pretty cool backstory too.
Welcome back, Underlord. It's been a long time since you were banished to the ether. You've returned as a husk of your former self, but I've taught far denser Underlords than you. Let's start with the basics. This is your dungeon core, the tether that allows you to manifest your malignant will. If destroyed, your consciousness will once again be scattered to the void. Your workers are an extension of your dark will. They have many jobs.
All right, so I accidentally clicked on one of them. I was just going to try to zoom in while he was talking, but the help button apparently is going to stop the video. The help button will provide you with detailed information on almost any feature of the game. Simply click it, then click on the object or UI element, and it will bestow his wisdom upon you. These tips will also automatically play as you gain access to new aspects. To disable or reset the tips, go to the gameplay page in the option menu.
But their main focus is in carving out the halls of your dungeon. Put them to work by clicking and dragging your cursor upon the flashing tiles to tag them for excavation. Your workers will now rush forth to dig out and claim the tagged area. Once they have laid down the stones, marking the ground as your own, you will be able to build rooms upon the finished tiles. While your lackeys get to work, look to the east of your dungeon core.
All right, so one thing I can tell you right off the bat is the controls are a little different from most games that you will play like this. Most games you will hold the second mouse button down and you'll be able to turn left and right. This one you have to use the arrow keys and you have to hold the control button down and then you're able to turn left and right like this. Now if you want to move zoom in and zoom out, you can do that with the scroll wheel, but if you want to change the tilt up or down, you have to hold the shift button down and then move your arrows forwards and backwards so that you can see more of like an overhead view like this or more of an angled view like that, and that's the best angle view you can get right there. Right now they're waiting for me to do the quest, which, you know, we're definitely going to get to, but I just kind of want to mess around with some of the control functions here. And I love the graphics so far. Look how close I can get in onto this. I think I was even told that you can zap into these guys. Okay, so I picked up all three of them, and we can put down all three of them as well. What if I control click? No, that doesn't do it. Shift click. Shift click will allow me to slap? I don't know. I don't know on that one. So we'll just have to kind of pay attention to that. Let's go ahead and click on the help button.
Earth can be mined by your workers to create a dirt tile, which can then be claimed. Or the earth can be fortified to create a strong defensive barrier.
Alright, so left mouse button is what is doing that. Let's go ahead and change the direction so we can see them digging into that.
This is a gateway, one of the many portals that you'll use to attract minions to your dungeon. Order your workers to dig a path to it now.
You'll see that they have to come in, they dig the area free, but then they have to do the floors and the walls. That's something they definitely did in Dungeon Keepers back when. You also got to keep in mind that once the walls are done, they have a lot more strength to them, so it takes a little bit longer to get through them. And they're a little happier once they do that, too. And I don't know what they're doing right now. Let's see. Martin, the boss, skills, owner, underlord, level 2. 102 out of 202. So are they upgrading? I think they're upgrading. I think they're getting stronger inside this one room. There they go. Oh, so they're leveling up in their skill as they do it, and they're doing the walls. Man, those walls are taking them a long time. And there's more gold over there that we're going to have to get them to do as well. Let's go ahead and tell them to come over here. I don't know what the priority is on that. If they have to stop what they're doing, or they just come over here after they get done with what they're doing. We'll kind of have to look at that. Brand new game, brand new rules, I think, is where we're going to have to come down on that one. So let's see. Alright, so they came back in. And this guy came over here.
You have claimed a gateway. Now that you have a gateway, minions can enter into your service. But first, you'll need to build the rooms necessary to entice them in. Start by building a barracks. This room will allow your minions to hone their combat skills without the risk of permanent death or disfigurement. Select it and build it by clicking and dragging your hand across the claimed tiles. Most rooms must be built at least 3 by 3 in order to function properly, though the lair and vault are effective at any size.
Yeah, and sometimes when you made them bigger, you got objects inside of them. So like with like training dummies, if it was a 3 by 3, you could come in here and you could set it up, and they put a training dummy right in the center. But if you made that like a 12 by 12, you may get like several training dummies, and then inside of the training dummies, you may get something even bigger, which just kind of like added to the aspect of making it where it looked cooler than it was, and more people could train in there as well. Okay, so barracks, let's go ahead and drag that down in there. Of course, this is something we can definitely upgrade. So yeah, right there in the center is where they're at. We definitely want to get some of this gold.
Has entered your dungeon. A gnarling has entered your dungeon. Attracted by the barracks, these green-skinned scrappers aren't quite right in the head, and they'll happily hack at your foes until someone is dead. Outside of combat, gnarlings will train themselves within your barracks. You can pick them up with a click if you find them slouching off, then deposit them anywhere within your dungeon with a right click. For further entertainment, you can always put yourself directly into their head by casting possession upon them. Possession will allow you to inhabit the mind of a minion, allowing you to see through their eyes, control their movement, and activate their abilities. You can increase the efficiency of props within your rooms by fortifying the walls closest to the props. Workers will fortify walls automatically when they've completed all their other tasks. Now that you have some minions, you will need to cater for their basic needs. First, build a lair, so the pitiful little meat sacks can get some rest.
Alright, so escape gets you out of that. Let me go ahead and zoom out. He wants us to do some more stuff, so let's see, how do I go back into build mode? There we go, just double click it out there. Snag the rest of these. Gives my minions something to do while these guys are working out over here on this thing. And you can see that they are leveling up. This guy's level 2. Little fireworks that go off. Used to be a little bit different than that. Used to be, and I do apologize if the sound is a little bit loud, guys. On the FX volume, it's you know, brand new game. I'm trying to tweak that as we go on. Sounds fine to me, but if it is a little bit loud, I definitely will change it from this video to the next one. There we go. We need to do a layer, and we're using gold this whole time, so.
Well done. But see how your gold reserves have been depleted. Command your workers to mine some of the nearby gold by tagging the gleaming tiles. They collect and return gold to your dungeon coffers, allowing you to spend it on whatever your dark heart desires. Your core can store up to 16,000 gold pieces. But if that number sounds pitifully small, or if wealth inspires the evil in you, simply build a vault to store more.
Now, you also see up there on the top, I'm just going to go ahead and expand this room a little bit more. Like that. We'll expand it as much as we can, and we might do one more up here, just to make it nice and even. Maybe one less here. Now, you'll also see up here, paydays in a minute and 13 seconds. We're going to have to pay them 540. As they level up, they take more of that. So, you know, sometimes letting them work on these walls so that they can level up will be good. That chop them down faster. But it also is going to take you longer to chop them down. So, that is completely up to you on how you want these guys to level up. Eventually, you'll get a room big enough for them to, or get access to a room that you can level them up when they're not even out here fighting and taking stuff down. Barracks, 300. Let's go out here. Oh, they haven't put the floor down yet, so we can't do it. Let's give them a second to do the flooring. You'll see when we put this thing down, you're going to get an extra 2 right there. So it will change the way that one looks. And as we come all the way out here, you'll see that by putting those 2, you'll get a total of 4. So more people can train in here at one given time because of the space. And if we made it even bigger, you might even get more space out of that. But unfortunately, you can't bust down these walls, and so that's going to be a thing. So let's come out here. We're going to chop down these things of gold, because now we need a lot more than we did a minute ago, because we did kind of waste a little. Did spend some. Now I am just going to do a cut right through the mountain.
It's time to pay your minions, Underlord. Now that you've got a bit of coin in your pocket, you can build a slaughter pan. This room produces scores of micro-piglets, a delicacy that will sustain the weak flesh of your minions by filling their bellies with succulent pig flesh.
Alright, that sounds absolutely disgusting. We're going to do it. We're going to give it to them. Let's go ahead and do that. This is where they want it, so we'll give them a smaller version of it right now. Of course, the bigger you make these rooms, again, the more food you'll get, but that means, you know, especially with the barracks, the more people you have, the more food they're going to need. So it's kind of like a double-edged sword. You're going to get more, but you're going to need more, which means you're going to have to dig more. And in the end, you're going to have a lot of projects going on. There we go. Going to combine these rooms together. You guys are doing good over here. You guys gotten the gold over here. We've reached the walls. Can't go any further in that direction.
One of your minions is a fugitive.
What does he mean he's a fugitive? Where's he at? I don't even know what that means, he's a fugitive. It's kind of interesting. You can see right there we have beds, and we still have more beds, or more spaces for beds.
You cannot store more gold.
Alright, alright. We'll put a vault down, dude. Will he let me do it? No, he doesn't want to let me do it. He just wants to put the food down right now. Let's see, vaults.
The vault will store your hard-earned gold when your dungeon core can no longer store anymore. Each tile will store 1,000 gold, meaning the room is effective at any size.
So I tend to use these in the hallways, because they take up any size space that I want, and there's no real downside to putting them in the halls. Except because if your place gets invaded, then, you know, you can get some stuff being destroyed on your end, but let's go ahead and do this. We gotta put some more pig farms down. We'll do this. This will also let us get rid of some of that gold. There we go. And beds, we can make the bedroom bigger so we can have more people. And you'll see how the walls will change instantly. Like, they still got to go back and do the rest of them, but pretty nice little path in there. We got some little pigs in here.
Your dungeon has been breached. Cast Rally upon these specters, and your minions will immediately sally forth to wreak bloody havoc.
Alright, let's see how this works, guys. We got level 2s in there. Oh yeah, we're kicking some serious butt.
Well done. Now finish off the rest of these manifestations with a second rally flag.
Oh yeah, got a level. Somebody's in there level 3, I think. Yeah, there is a level 3.
Your made short work of those specters, but see how they still circle the flag. You can dismiss rally flags by slapping them with a right click. This should allow your minions to return to their jobs and tend their needs in a timely fashion. You can cast Recall upon a minion to immediately return them to your dungeon, though if they are attacked as it channels, then the spell will fizzle into nothing.
I don't know about Recall. Sounds interesting, but probably don't need it. You guys are doing fine in here. Got plenty of food. Let's see up here at the top. Core health is complete. Vaults, Veins of Evil. Number of sins available to spin within the... what is this? Is this one of my guys? I think it is. Yeah, just like slapping them around. Definitely gets to look around at different places out there. Alright, we got a little bit of gold in this way, so let's go ahead and combine these rooms together. Yeah, I think that's looking pretty good. Let's go ahead and take this down. We'll use that as like a double arch. Actually, we'll leave that there. That way we don't crush any of the walls that are here. There we go. We'll get rid of that. Same thing on this end. Yeah, I think that's looking pretty good. Again, not even sure if this is going to be necessary or what's going to be the main goal of this map, but one of the major enjoyment parts for this game, for me anyways, is just building new stuff and seeing how the rooms take shape once you do. And see, now you got a 3x3 here, so we got this little thing right here in the center, which actually gives off a little bit of light. There we go. Get one in there. And another good thing about doing it like this is, I believe on payday they have to go collect their wages. And when you have these things set up all over the place, their wages are any of these squares. Like, they can just go and grab them from there. So they don't have to travel very far to get their money. Which means they can get back to, you know, doing what you want them to do, which is, you know, leveling up or digging into floors or whatever. You guys are good. Let's go ahead and put this down. This will give us a 3x3. Nice. And it gives off a nice little bit of light, too, so it kind of brightens up the dungeon. Oh, wow, that is really loud in there. I think I'm going to have to change that down a little bit, but we'll see. We'll wait until the end of this video to do that. There you go. You're good, you're good. Got one there, got one there. And you guys still have not gone beyond to build any more rooms. Okay, so we should be fine. Core health of the dungeon is still good. Let's send our guys out here. Actually, let's take this guy over if we can. Let's click off of this. Let's click on you. Where was the little menu? That's rooms tab, units tab. So that's how many units we have. Spell tab, recall, possession. Can we die from going in that? Let's actually see what is our health. No, we're not dying from going in there. Let's let you go. And we'll send some of our minions in here to do their thing. Should be able to take over all of this. Oh, there's more over here, isn't there? Yeah, there is. So this is probably going to let them out. Let's see. You guys go over there? Doesn't look like it. There it is. They broke through. No? No, they didn't. I guess he was going someplace else. Is that the area, or is this the area? Oh, this is the area that I was looking at. Let's go over here. So this is all stone. Yeah, everything out here is just stone. There's nothing to be had. I guess that's it, right? Did I forget anybody? Sorry, guys. I don't see what is left that they want us to do. Oh, so it wants us to recall the minion?
You're on a roll, Underlord. And I've been waiting far too long to begin my war for the Overworld. Let us enter the realm of Kairos and continue your retraining against a more fitting enemy.
Alright, guys.
Well done, Underlord. I see it's all coming back quite quickly. I expected nothing less. But there's much still to learn. Why don't we work in a bit of murder while we're at it? It's time for you to enter the realm of Kairos.
So they wanted us to build a 5x5 barracks, lair, and slaughter pen on level 1 and complete level 1 in 4 minutes. Definitely something we could do. Let's actually give that a shot real quick, guys. For those of you who don't want to see it, you can just go ahead and skip to the next episode. But I said let's give that a shot. Within 4 minutes, shouldn't take us too long in a 5x5. So let's see. If we can skip past through a lot of the tutorial, don't have to watch it, don't have to listen to them, and just kind of do our thing, that should not be a problem.
Welcome back, Underlord. It's been a long time since you were banished.
Alright, so you can't skip past this.
You've returned as a husk of your former self, but I've taught far denser Underlords than you. Let's start with the basics. This is your dungeon core, the tether that allows you to manifest your malignant will. If destroyed, your consciousness will once again be scattered to the void. Your workers are an extension of your dark will. They have many jobs, but their main focus is in carving out the halls of your dungeon. Put them to work by clicking and dragging your cursor upon the flashing tiles to tag them for excavation. Your workers will now rush forth to dig out and claim the tagged area. Once they have laid down the stones, marking the ground as your own, you will be able to build rooms upon the finished tiles. While your lackeys get to work, look to the east of your dungeon core. This is a gateway, one of the many portals that you'll use to attract minions to your dungeon. Order your workers to dig a path to it now.
2, 3, 4. So that would have to be a 5 by 5 right there. I don't think that's possible. So we'll have to get rid of the walls here just to be able to put that down and put a 5 by 5 in this little area. Can't build anything just yet, so we're definitely snagging through, going through as many places as we can. There we go. Finally got that.
Now that you have a gateway, minions can enter into your service. But first, you'll need to build the rooms necessary to entice them in. Start by building a barracks. This room will allow your minions to hone their combat skills without the risk of permanent death or disfigurement. Select it and build it by clicking and dragging your hand across the claimed tiles. Most rooms must be built at least 3 by 3 in order to function properly, though the lair and vault are effective at any size.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's 5 there. 2, 3, 4, 5. So that should be 5 right there. So that's a 5 by 5 without having to tear down the wall. This one still needs to repair those floors over there before I can put those down. They would go back and do that. You can't really give them high priority, though, it doesn't seem like. It just seems like they do it when they're going to do it. And they skipped over that, so they got other stuff they want to do first, such as coming over here and digging up these things. I don't need those. Come on, guys, get over there. Get over there. 5 minutes, dude. I don't know if we're going to make it. Come on, get in here. Do the floors. Here they come. Okay, 1, 2.
A gnarling has entered your dungeon. A gnarling has entered your dungeon. Attracted by the barracks, these green-skinned scrappers aren't quite right in the head, and they'll happily hack at your foes until someone is dead. Outside of combat, gnarlings will train themselves within your barracks. You can pick them up with a click if you find them slouching off, then deposit them anywhere within your dungeon with a right click. For further entertainment, you can always put yourself directly into their head by casting possession upon them. You can increase the efficiency of props within your rooms by fortifying the walls closest to the props. Workers will fortify walls automatically when they've completed all their other tasks. Now that you have some minions, you will need to cater for their basic needs. First, build a lair, so the pitiful little meat sacks can get some rest. Well done. But see how your gold reserves have been depleted. Command your workers to mine some of the nearby gold by tagging the gleaming tiles. They collect and return gold to your dungeon coffers, allowing you to spend it on whatever your dark heart desires. Your core can store up to 16,000 gold pieces. But if that number sounds pitifully small, or if wealth inspires the evil in you, simply build a vault to store more. Now that you've got a bit of coin in your pocket, you can build a slaughter pan. This room produces scores of micro-piglets, a delicacy that will sustain the weak flesh of your minions by filling their bellies with succulent pig flesh.
Alright, 5x5 right there for all of them. That's everything that we need to do. Let's see, anything else is being done? Not really. They want us to do a vault, maybe?
Your dungeon has been breached. Cast Rally upon these spectres, and your minions will immediately sally forth to wreak bloody havoc.
There we go, they're coming in now. Now, my minions probably won't be as strong as they were last time because they didn't have as much time to train, but they should still be okay.
Well done. Now finish off the rest of these manifestations with a second rally flag. Your gnarlings made short work of those spectres, but see how they still circle the flag. You can dismiss rally flags by slapping them with a right click. This should allow your minions to return to their jobs and tend their needs in a timely fashion. You can cast Recall upon a minion to immediately return them to your dungeon, though if they are attacked as it channels, then the spell will fizzle into nothing.
Alright, so I did that. That should
You're
be the
on a
end.
roll, Underlord, and I've been waiting far too long to begin my war for the Overworld. Let us enter the realm of Kairos and continue your retraining against a more fitting enemy.
Alright, did we do it in the amount of time that
Well
we needed?
done, Underlord. I see it's all coming back quite quickly. I expected nothing less, but there's much still to learn. Why don't we work in a bit of murder while we're at it? It's time for you to enter the realm of Kairos.
Alright, so we didn't complete the level in 4 minutes. I don't know what we could have done to really speed it down any less than that. We were at 7 minutes 19 seconds actually, so yeah, quite a bit over. Maybe there is a way to get him to skip over his narration that we can, get some of those seconds taken off, but beyond that, we pretty much cut it down as fast as we could, put the things down where we needed to, and even the fighting didn't take too long, so that one's going to be a little bit more troublesome than building the 5x5 layers and stuff like that, which I usually tend to do anyways. But guys, we're going to go ahead and end the episode here. This is the beginning of the 60 days of games. Every day you're going to see a brand new game. If you do like one of those games, definitely leave a comment down below. Let me know that, and we will continue that series. This series right here is something I've been waiting for, so I guarantee you're going to get at least another couple episodes of this one throughout the remainder of the week, but you'll still see a brand new game every day. As always, guys, I'm AC Gamer, and I will definitely catch you next time. Hey guys, and welcome to the disembodied voice of AC Gamer. We are definitely going to be doing a lot more series in the future, but here are a few of them that you guys might find interesting. Of course, you're more than welcome to check them out. I would love to hear your comments. Again, if you do enjoy these videos, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe. It's definitely the indicator that I use to tell if you guys want to see more videos like that, of that particular game style, of that series in the long run. So when you guys leave comments down, it helps me decide whether we should keep doing it, as well as whether you want to see games like that in the future. And here are a few of them right here. I kind of picked out a few of different genres. We will be doing spotlights for other YouTubers in the future, so if you want to get a little shout out, definitely let me know. If you group with me, chances are you will get a shout out in here eventually. But for now, these are just 4 series that I have that I feel like could use a little bit more attention, and that you guys might actually enjoy as well. Thanks again for watching, guys, and we will definitely catch you all next time.